Hello students, Standard 9th, Subject Science and Technology Part 1, Chapter number 14, Substances in Common Use. In last video, we have studied about some important salts which are used in our day-to-day life. We have studied the properties and uses of that salts. Now in this video, we are going to study about radioactive substances. So we know that there are near about 118 elements are discovered at present. Out of them, 92 elements are natural elements and remaining elements are artificial elements. So there are some elements which have a high atomic number. For example, uranium, thorium, radium. They have a property of spontaneously emitting invisible, highly penetrating and high energy radiation. This property it is called radioactivity. A substance having this property it is called a radioactive substance. The nucleus of radioactive elements is unstable, and that is why radiation occurs from an unstable nucleus. Radioactive substances, they are related to our day-to-day life. So in this video, we are going to learn something more about these radioactive substances. So from these radioactive substances, there are three types of radiations are given out. The first one, that is the alpha rays, second one beta rays, and the third one gamma rays. So first of all, there was a scientist who discovered these rays whose name was Henry Becquerel. So let us study some more information about Henry Becquerel. The French scientist Henry Becquerel, he was studying pitch blende. It is a compound of uranium. So he had kept some unused photographic plates in a cardboard box in a drawer. A key was lying on the box. He happened to leave the uranium compounds on it. After a few days, he washed the plates only to find out that the plates were cloudy and showed the shape of the key. So as this incident occurred in the dark, Becquerel inferred that the uranium compounds might be emitting from their interiors rays like X-rays which penetrate substances. So these rays were called Becquerel rays. After a few days, Madame Curie discovered similar properties in the compounds of thorium. So these uranium, thorium, these are the radioactive substances which emits these kinds of rays. So let us study about the nature of radioactive radiations. So in 1889, Rutherford, he discovered that the radiations emitted by the radium, they were of two types. They are called alpha radiations and beta radiations. The Villard scientist, he discovered the third type, namely gamma radiation. So when these rays, they are allowed to pass through the two oppositely charged plates, they get separated. This method was introduced by Rutherford in 1902. So Rutherford and Villard studied the radiation emitted by radioactive substances. For this purpose, the rays were allowed to pass through an electrical field and a photographic plate was held in their path. So it was found that the radiation was deviated into three types. One type of radiation deviated slightly towards the negatively charged plate, while the second type of radiation deviated substantially towards the positively charged plate. However, the third type of radiation did not deviate at all in the electrical field. The rays which deviated slightly toward the negatively charged plate are called alpha rays. Those which deviate substantially towards the positively charged plate are called beta rays, and those which do not deviate at all, they are called gamma rays. So here we can see the picture of alpha, beta and gamma rays. So this experiment, it was done by the Ernest Rutherford. So in this experiment we can see there is a lead block, and in this lead block there is a hole. So in this hole a radioactive substance has kept. So from this radioactive substance radiations are given out and they are passing through slit. They travel through the electrically charged plates. When they travel through electrically charged plates, they get deviate, and we can see the one kind of rays which are attracted towards the positively plate, they are known as beta rays. The rays which are attracted towards the negatively charged plate, they are known as alpha rays, and the rays which are not deviated, they are known as gamma rays. So this experiment, it was done by the Ernest Rutherford. So let us study about some more information about Ernest Rutherford. So Ernest Rutherford, he was born in 1871 and he was died on 1937. He was a scientist from New Zealand. He did research on radioactivity under the guidance of J.J. Thomson at the Cavendish Laboratory at Cambridge and McGill University, Canada. So he showed that the nitrogen atom could be split by bombarding it with alpha particles. So this experiment ushered in a new era in the field of physics. After that, let us study about the characteristics of alpha, beta and gamma rays. The first characteristic, that is the nature. The nature of alpha rays, it is nothing but the current of helium particles. And the nature of beta rays, it is nothing but the current of electrons. The nature of gamma rays are nothing but the electromagnetic radiation. Second property or second characteristic, that is the mass. The mass of alpha rays near about 4 Dalton. The mass of beta rays, it is very less than the alpha rays. And gamma rays, they do not have mass. Charge, the third property, the third characteristic, that is the charge. Alpha rays have 2 positive charge on it. Beta rays have 1 negative charge on it. But the gamma rays do not have charge. It is electrically neutral in nature. Velocity. The velocity of alpha rays, it is 1/5 to 1/20 times the velocity of light. The velocity of beta rays, it is 1/5 to 9/10 times the velocity of light. And the velocity of gamma rays, it is same as the velocity of light. Deviation in electric field. So alpha rays, they are attracted towards the negatively charged plate. Beta rays attracted towards the positively charged plate, and gamma rays, they do not get deviated. Penetrating power. The penetrating power of alpha rays, it is very small. So it can penetrate an aluminum sheet of thickness 0.02 mm. Beta rays can penetrate an aluminum sheet of thickness 2 mm, which is 100 times the penetration of alpha particles. The penetration power of gamma rays, it is much more high, that is, it can penetrate 15 cm thick lead screen, which is 10,000 times the penetration of alpha particles. Ionization power. The ionization power of alpha rays, it is very high. Beta rays, it is very low, and the gamma rays, very low. The power to produce fluorescence. Alpha rays, it has very high power of fluorescence. Beta rays, it is very low power of fluorescence, and gamma rays, it has low power of fluorescence. Now let us study about the uses of radioactive isotopes. So we know that it is a misconception that radioactive elements are used only for making an atom bomb. Radioactive isotopes, they are used in various fields such as scientific research, agriculture, industry, medicine, etc. Radioactive substances, they are used in two ways. First one, by using the radiation alone, and second one, by using the radioactive element itself. So this radioactivity, this property of a substance, it has two types: natural radioactivity and artificial radioactivity. So natural radioactivity, what is meant by natural radioactivity? So generally the elements with atomic numbers 82 to 92, they are found to radiate spontaneously in nature. So these are called natural radioactive elements. And the artificial radioactive elements, the couple Frederick Juliet Curie and the Irene Juliet Curie, they first induced radioactivity. The radioactive elements produced in the nuclear fusion processes brought about in the laboratory by bombardment of particles are called artificial radioactive elements, and they were awarded the Nobel Prize in 1935 for this invention. So in this way we can see there are some natural radioactive substances, and we can make such a radioactive substances in our laboratory too. So they are known as artificial radioactive substances. These radioactive isotopes or substances, they are used in various fields. So the number one field, that is the industrial field. So it is used for radiography. So in this radiography, internal cracks and voids in cast iron articles and iron solder can be detected with the help of gamma rays. For this purpose, isotopes like cobalt 60, iridium 192, they are used in the radiography camera. This technique, it is used for detecting flaws in metalwork. Next, measurement of thickness, density and level. So it is necessary to maintain the required thickness in the manufacture of aluminium, plastic, iron sheets of differing thickness. In the manufacturing process, a radioactive substance is placed on one side and an instrument to measure radiation on the other. The radiation read by the measuring instrument varies with the thickness of the sheet. Material inside a packing can also be examined by the same technique. Third, luminescent paint and radioluminescence. The radioactive substances, radium, promethium, tritium, these substances with some phosphor, they are used to make certain objects visible in the dark. For example, the hands of a clock and certain other objects. So krypton 85, it is used in HID, means high intensity discharge lamps, while promethium 147, it is used in portable X-ray units as a source of beta rays. Number 4, use in ceramic articles. Luminous colors, they are used to decorate ceramic tiles, utensils, plates, etc. Earlier uranium oxide, it was used in these paints. So in this way, radioactive isotopes, they are used in industrial field. It is also used in field of agriculture also. Number 1, the genes and the chromosomes that give seeds properties like fast growth, higher productivity, etc. can be modified by means of radiation. Number second, the radioactive isotope cobalt 60 is used for food preservation. Number 3, onions, potatoes, they are irradiated with the gamma rays from cobalt 60 to prevent their sprouting. Number 4, strontium 90, it is used as a tracer in the research on various crops. So in this way, radioactive isotopes, they are used in field of agriculture too. And the third field, that is the medical science. It is used in a different way in the medical science. Number 1, polycythemia. The red blood cell count increases in the disease polycythemia, and phosphorus 32, it is used in its treatment. Number 2, bone cancer. Strontium 89, strontium 90, samarium 153 and radium 223, these are used in the treatment of bone cancer. Third one, hyperthyroidism. Enlargement of thyroid gland, weight loss in the spite of appetite, insomnia, these are the symptoms of hyperthyroidism. It occurs due to the overproduction of hormones by the thyroid gland. Iodine 123, it is used in the treatment of hyperthyroidism. And number 4, tumor detection. Boron 10, iodine 131, cobalt 60, these isotopes, they are used in the treatment of brain tumor, while arsenic 74, it is used in the detection of small tumors in the body. So in this way, different radioactive isotopes, they are used in medical sciences in different diseases. After that, let us study about the hazards of radioactive substances and radiations. So, number 1, the central nervous system, it is affected by radioactive radiations. Number 2, hereditary defects, they are generated by bombardment of radiation on DNA in the body. Number 3, radioactive radiation can penetrate the skin and causes diseases like skin cancer, leukemia, etc. Number 4, the radioactive pollutants created due to explosions enter the body through the air and it is difficult to control them. Number 5, the radioactive pollutants released in the sea enter the bodies of fishes and through them enter the human body. Number 6, the radioactive paint on the watch can cause cancer. Number 7, the radioactive isotope strontium 90 can enter the body through plants, fruits, flowers, cereals, milk, etc. and cause diseases like bone cancer, leukemia. So in this way, radioactive substances and radiations, they are very dangerous to human beings. After that, a peep into the past. So we know that Chernobyl, it is a name of atomic power plant, and there was an accident happened. So this is known as Chernobyl disaster. On 26 April 1986, the graphite reactor in the Chernobyl atomic power plant exploded, and suddenly the radioactive isotopes and radiation came out. Due to this episode, radioactive isotopes entered the human body through the water and land and caused genetic disorders. These got carried further into the next generation. Thyroid disorders increase in the children as well as adults. So as a result, the incidence of throat diseases is greater there than in other places.